What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 30 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Tiktaq'to Immortal Empire's expanded campaign. So as we saw last time, we were able to use some of those Bretonnians from Leofric's Fellowship to take Naknakorn from the Khornates, and well, everybody was happy. The Khornates died collecting skulls, the Bretonnians were, fighting for honor or some warm blood nonsense, and of course we got to take back a temple city. A win-win-win, in my opinion. Case closed. Otherwise, we are good to go to continue in this turn and sort of set up for new wars, but also for trying to complete all of the military convoys or the expeditions. We are, of course, approaching the end of the campaign. Starting to get there at any rate. So, yeah, we gotta get a move on. Anyway, I believe GOR-ROK will fight, but everybody else needs to continue, I guess, moving into position. Tyrannicon, the question is what to do with you for now. Let's send you outside of the Moon Shard. We might send you to take out a few more of the territories belonging to the Dread Fleet, since we are already at war with them, unlike the Dark Elves, at least as yet. On Sianam, I would actually like you... You don't have an anti-corruption stance, do you? Sadly, no. Alright. I'd like you to go into the Sanctuary of Lies, but not to attack it directly. I'd like you to spend the turn there and reduce that corruption that teensy bit more. And, actually, I just had a thought. Wait, go forward a little bit. What do you have, Maz the Conqueror? We're probably not going to use you as a full stack, so we could actually make use of the anti-corruption in your... like so. There we go, in your tree, and help decorrupt 5 further. It's not like we're in a hurry to attack Sanctuary of Lies after all. May as well reduce the chances that they can, seduce any of our units, which again, I still find it completely silly that they can, because we're Lizardmen, but, anyway, what are we at here now? Minus 34 per turn. Not bad. Nothing crazy, but not bad. Anyway, what do we have here? Who are you again? Oh, right, you're the Bird Army. If you're wondering why I decided to make a Lure of Light guy of Bird Army, it's not because of the Lure of Light, it's because he's a 5th gen, and he has a plus 40% speed, with 53 speed base, and hopefully we can speed him up even further. My point is, we can make a very speedy Slant to run along the birds, maybe flapping his little frog paws or toad paws until he gets where he needs to go, just because the idea amuses me. Anyway, Mazda, you're gonna head out here. Yeah, go head out here. You're going to try to hunt down Morathi eventually, or at the very least we're going to go into the sea and deal with it. And, you're suffering attrition here, my bad. Alright, so head out there. You've got a Saurus coming in as well, so you can just wait on that. Crocky, you're waiting for units to be built, so you're fine as you are. Tiktaq'to, you are going to join Tlaqua. I mean, it does make sense, put the Lore of the Heavens Master in Tlaqua's army. But again, that's only once we trade with Tiktaq'to, which will be in a turn or two. Just keep getting free XP by identifying the Clan Rictus rats around here. Though again, we do have to keep an eye on what's going on up here, as an army will inevitably eventually come south and annoy us there. Otherwise, I keep forgetting who Sinclair is. Oh, right, you're waiting out here to join one of the armies. That, I guess, is fine, and that means that GOR-ROK, after a little bit of leveling, is going to be ready to strike. So, GOR-ROK. What do we have as options? Now we have Spawnkin and Soulbound. Is either one of them going to be of any use to your army? I guess the question is going to be whether we, swap any units out. I mean, at least for now, you're probably fine. And then if later we want to make a unit swap, then we will. Alright, then in that light, let's get you... I'm going to say Blade Master, because frankly, GOR-ROK needs attack a little bit more than he does defense, because, he's going to be difficult to bring down no matter what and no matter who. We need to maximize Earthblood in this particular army. Although, I'm inclined to say put 2 points in this in his wild form as well. Actually, you know what? Let's go through Evasion. The faster we get Life Bloom, the better. I was just going to say we need more defensive stats, but we already have access to Wissen's Wild Form out of the Skink Priest, so it's not the most critical thing, I guess. Speaking of Skink Priest, you're on the Stegodon right now. Do we want you up in the air is a question. I mean, we can give him an Engine of the Gods. In particular, in terms of GOR-ROK's army, it's potentially quite effective. Yeah, alright. I'll do that. Let's get you Arcane Vassal, not that I use it all that often. Anyway, you, sir. We could get Commune with Beasts and Forward Scout, both of which are good. Yeah, alright, fine. Let's get Forward Scout and Commune with Beasts just so I don't have to look at them. And then I guess we'll do the same exact thing, assuming we don't already have them with you. And there we go. Don't really care about Hunter's Instinct, but we will grab Revered Leader shortly, though probably after we are the elite, because, well, looks like these Saurus are looking pretty elite. Now, the question is, do we attack Galleon's graveyard directly, or do we force them to reinforce? Noctilus is on that Necrophax, and he's level 31, exactly the same as GOR-ROK. Oh, this was a perfect matchup. Alright, I think it's better that we maybe knock out Noctilus and allow his reinforcements to come in as reinforcements, so we'll do that. Like so, Pyrrhic Victory. We got 2 stacks and, oh wow, 8 artillery pieces. Well, that's going to be an issue. And of course, so is the Wraith Storm, Norse Roar, and Zofar 42 Pounders spam. Hopefully we can, oh right, I forgot to take out the Huan Chi's Blessed Totem from this army. Well, whatever. We can put it on you for now. Should be a fun fight is what I'm getting at. Go. Alright, looks like no speech from Mr. GOR-ROK this time, or he probably made one, but it was one of those one-word speeches where he just yells something in Lizardmen, and though I'm sure I agree with whatever it was he yelled, I didn't get to hear it. Anyway, away we go. I'm still kind of on the fence about the Juradon in this particular army. Again, I do like the aura that it has. I just think that we can get a lot more mileage out of a Cathay and Wardrum. It's just also that it feels really weird to have non-lizard or non-beastly units working with the Lizardmen, so I'm still not entirely sure whether I want to do that, and we'll continue to consider it, I guess. The main issue is that the Saurus have 65 armor when they're past rank 7, so that's, yeah, base value of 40, and then 25 with all the buffs that we have on them. That's pretty darn low for a unit that we're using well into the late game, and especially compared to things like Depth Guard and other nasty units, which is why it's something that the Cathay and Wardrum can counter and also increase their shield capabilities and thus their missile block chance. But anyway, we're gonna head GOR-ROK directly towards Mr. Noctilus, slowly but surely. GOR-ROK is rather slow, 38 movement speed, a little bit slower than a skink after all. And of course the water probably isn't helping him all that much, but, you know, he'll get to Noctilus eventually, and there's nothing the enemy has that'll easily, well, allow them to bring GOR-ROK down. And again, I always get surprised at how big GOR-ROK actually is. Alright, making our way through as a bonk towards one of the boarding crew there, and we have moved towards Noctilus and his Necrophax attacks. Ooh, that last... We had 1 second of that lightning coming down directly behind GOR-ROK. That was pretty good. Anyway, these two have a long duel ahead of them. Noctilus loses 5% of his HP, GOR-ROK does as well, and I'm sure he's gonna heal up. The rest of the battle is not yet begun, really. We are still moving into position. I figured we want to maybe take advantage of this little hillside here and move our gun turrets up there and have them gun the enemy down. Now, we do in this particular army have 4 of the units of mace-wielding Saurus, which means they have the Blessing of Huan Chi, and thus they have stock. Since the enemy has those 8 artillery pieces, we're going to send those guys in to deal with them. Now, obviously, we could also obliterate them with the... oh, nice tail hits from the Juradon there. We could obliterate them with the Riperdactyl summons, but I'm willing to let the AI fire upon us and make this interesting. Not that fighting more than 2 stacks led by Noctilus isn't interesting already, but hey, it can always get more interesting, right? It's the Slaanesh way. But anyway, the battle is well and truly going now. The first of the Depth Guard have arrived on the field. Noctilus and GOR-ROK still locked in their contest and will be so for a while, and the gun turtles have started to set up on the hills, stabilize themselves, and have begun firing upon the enemy wherever they can. And that's a lot of your own zombies that you send flying there, Noctilus. I feel like that maybe should be friendly fire-ish, but all good. And our dinos are, at least for now, distracting the enemy blobs in the sort of center, partly to allow us to drop flocks of doom upon them, and partly because our Saurus are still moving into position. Again, they're rather quite slow, but they're nearly there, together with, of course, our turtle gunners, who can fire overhead. Alright, and there we go. We are going to have to probably knock a fair few of those units of... what do we have here? Deck droppers with bombs. Ooh, those guys might actually be fairly dangerous. And dropping a few of those bombs on our Saurus blobs will be potentially devastating. Might have to take a good use of the Legion of Tlaqua's Shield of Tlaqua ability and resist that extra missile fire. I do love seeing those turtle gunners fire away. They're very fast-moving projectiles. They're like rail guns or something, and it's kind of surprising at how fast they move. But it's kind of neat. I'm surprised that they use whatever that's supposed to be rather than these sort of slower-moving blow darts that we have on the other units. But anyway, I digress. They're going to keep firing into the enemy above and down at the enemy below while we continue to consolidate and have begun moving our other units of Blessed Saurus that are stalking in towards those 8 artillery pieces while the enemy's main line continues to close in. Enemy has blobbed up around GOR-ROK to some degree. He's in here somewhere. Admittedly a little bit hard to spot, but he continues either dueling with NOCTILUS directly or trying to make his way through the enemy to duel him. But again, I don't see anybody bringing him down or really even dealing significant damage to him, so I think we'll be good. And in the meantime, there's plenty more enemy units that are making their way past him towards our Saurus and dinos and turtle gunners. Alright, we're going to allow the turtle guns to actually provide a little bit more in the way of fire support from up above, rather than sending them immediately down into the battle below, just for fun. But of course, like the rotting Promethean gunnery mobs, we can send them down there in a little bit as well. Oh, looks like something's blocking them from firing. What's the reload? Yeah, 8.6, which isn't that much. I see these ones are firing away, but these ones seem to be blocked. I guess the bigger dinos are preventing them from firing upon the enemy units of animated hulks. All good though, we'll bring them down with swords and other such things. We do have the Blessed Saurus spears here, which admittedly have started to take a fair bit of damage. This unit is down to about 40% of its HP, having gotten hit with a Norse Roar, a Wraith Storm, and then a bunch of enemies. And of course, they don't have all of the units that are supposed to be there in support because they're a little bit busy. 2 of the units of Blessed by Quan Chi Blessed Saurus have peeled away, and their stalking, bleed-applying maces are bringing down all those enemy artillery. 8 soon to be 0, and then they can move on into support. And speaking of moving in to support the rest of the army, the other 2 have peeled away and have smashed into the back of the enemy line where GOR-ROK still fights the blob, including Count NOCTILUS. And this time, rather than sending the Riperdactyls down at the enemy artillery, we have them join with the Saurus, Slaanesh giggle, and help out. And there we go, it looks like NOCTILUS has unfortunately gotten away from GOR-ROK, likely due to the press of enemies, and we summoned that Skink Priest avatar to get in his way a little bit more. Otherwise, we got some turtles in the fight with the enemy rotting Promethean, animated hulks, all the way on the right. But I don't see any problem with this. Again, the turtles are extremely tanky, and with the help of the Reviv crystals, they're even tankier. And of course, they should be able to fire point blank into the enemy while they fight like this. And frankly, the splash damage coming in from the enemy rotting Promethean gunnery, every time, splash damage coming in from the animated hulks is going to be wasted on the turtles as well, in a way that it wouldn't be against the Saurus, so this is a matchup that probably goes in our favor. And speaking of going in our favor, the bounce power has shifted to about 95% our way. The enemy has ultimately failed to make their way up the hill, and many have met their watery grave. Their artillery have all been silenced, and soon only NOCTILUS himself will remain. Slowly but surely, we were able to grind their entire army down and actually make some good use of the stalking element of this army, which we usually don't bother with, as we usually just advance them together with the rest of the Saurus. Especially since we can use the turtles as shields from range fire. And fire back as we do. Anyway, GOR-ROK still in that contest with NOCTILUS, who's down to, well, maybe 75% of his HP, whereas GOR-ROK himself is completely fine. And GOR-ROK has been just away from the rest of the army, smacking NOCTILUS around and just in the middle of the entire formation. And yeah, that's the thing about GOR-ROK. He's not going to mince the enemy army on his own, but they're not going to bring him down. And he can finish off NOCTILUS himself. Oh, he actually managed to get NOCTILUS down from his healing cap as well. Outdoing that regeneration of his, where I'm not even sure NOCTILUS can hurt him anymore. GOR-ROK is basically keeping at max HP this entire time. The slight amount of damage actually dealt by NOCTILUS is, oh, there's that disgorgement of a zombie crew. But yeah, the amount of damage dealt by NOCTILUS is simply healed up. Anyway, GOR-ROK's getting a tiny bit of help from the turtle guns, but probably not all that much. And besides, NOCTILUS is down to half HP in terms of his boarding crew. Trying to keep that healing up with an invocation of Nehek joining that regeneration, but it ain't gonna be enough. And it sounds like a pile of zombies are gonna slow GOR-ROK down all that much. And yes, we obviously could have sent in the rest of the army to help out with this, but I figured we let GOR-ROK finish NOCTILUS off, because who knows if we see him again. Granted, it looks like NOCTILUS does hold a decent amount of territory on Ulthuan, together with Morathi. And again, I do find it pretty interesting that Morathi took over the entirety of Ulthuan, basically, and over the course of this campaign. Good for her. The Dark Elves do have a tendency to do fairly well, generally speaking. Alrighty, and NOCTILUS, that healing cap down to 15% now. And a couple more hits and Big Boy will topple at last. And there we go. Oh, for the love of... why do I say for the love of? Just because I wanted to see the animation of NOCTILUS's... yeah, he just sort of falls off it, huh? By the looks of it, he had started to fall. I wanted to see the animation of all that, as well as the destruction of the map, but oh well, a heroic victory for us, perhaps. Yeah, it does make sense, considering we were pretty horrifically outnumbered, but at the end of the day, we were able to out-heal the enemy, essentially, and with our Reviv crystals still going, long after the enemy had all returned to the grave. Oh wow, we finally got a Scarecrow banner. A little bit late into the game, but I did really want one of these for Tiktaq'to himself, so nice. Anyway, Mr. NOCTILUS was a little bit too cowardly to face off against GOR-ROK directly for most of the battle, and apparently just walking out of there, but apparently he did well with his Necrofex, you know, shooting our unit. He got 18 kills himself and 26,000 damage. Very, very solid, I gotta say. Unfortunately, most of those 18 kills were simply revivified, like the vast majority of kills for the entire enemy army. 13 kills out of this one unit of depth guard, I think, was one of the Blessed Saurus units that got wrecked. Otherwise, we did pretty darn well. 13,000 damage still on the Basti with Reviv Crystal. It may be revivifying, but it's still Bastiladonna. It's still doing good work. And as for the turtles, with, oh wow, with 17,000 damage by a huge margin, the Michelangelos take it. Kind of interesting. They were pushed into melee earlier as they got surrounded by 2 units of enemy monstrous infantry, and were thus, I guess, firing at all of them while fighting them in melee. 17,000 is pretty solid. I guess these guys really are like rotting Promethean gunnery mobs in that you push them into melee and they just keep on firing and tanking and just doing great work. Yeah, the difference between the turtles without the guns is night and day, because I think all 5 of them working together for an entire battle might not be able to rack up 17,000 damage otherwise. Still, a very, very nice fight. We're going to heal up because this is basically nothing, and because we still need to take the Galleon's graveyard. We'll get the defeat trait for NOCTILUS, who will apparently survive thanks to the Dead Rise. Enemy armor reduction -5 for armies in region. Oh, it's actually quite nice. That will combine... Wait, did I ever... Wait. Important consideration here. Or, wait. First of all, I'll lose that banner of Huan Chi before I forget it for like the 50th time. And also, you can get a Zode Servant, like so. Enjoy. What I would like to see is, did I ever get... I did get this. So, enemies have lowered armor -10 during battles, and then that will stack with this. It's quite nice, actually. Anyway, how to resolve this. And that'll do more damage in the actual fight, but admittedly not that much more damage in the actual fight. We're good. Galleon's Graveyard, ours now. And obviously we take it at tier 1, so I guess I could have sacked it first, but whatever, I don't care that much. Yeah, it's one of those annoying locations where only the only Noctilus can, or the Vampire Coast can build it. So it doesn't really serve much of a purpose, other than the fact that we can use alignment to monuments still, and thus get the nice research rate bonus. Fan Waver, sure, Great Ocean, and then Noctilus, I'm sure we'll book it on out of there. Although, as to whether he can get far enough away to escape with the Turtle Tide remains to be seen. Otherwise, I believe we're good to end the turn, unless I'm mistaken, and if I am, well... Wait, actually, I am mistaken. I know I'm mistaken because we didn't do building. Let's do the temple next. Wow, 9,000. Good lord. All right, it's still expensive, but what can you do? Dragonaus. Ooh, another tier 5. All right, Mazdamundi's already paying off, as it's probably the fact that he's giving us the +10 growth per battle one thing faction-wide, which is really racking up that growth. And it's nice. It's a nice thing. What were we going to build here? You know what? We need several pterodon hatcheries, and I think I'm just going to do that there. All right. Let's go. We will continue the growth building here. Oh, I'm just realizing that maybe I should have deleted some buildings elsewhere. Yeah, I want a couple of pterodon hatcheries because I wanted a few more in a couple of, well, places. Do we want to build another one here? Yeah, why not? It's Tiktaq's faction, after all. You can never have too many pterodon hatcheries. Alright, what about this? Hollow Benediction. I guess we're going to keep this, but I'm not going to invest in it right now because it's stupidly expensive. And the rest of this is fine for now. We will build up the inscrutable monoliths. Here, we will go for the Shrine of the Old Ones, and I think we can't really afford anything else of significance here. Yeah, we can upgrade the inscrutable monoliths to Chandrahara, I guess. Alright, I guess we're good enough. Alright, we're out of money, which is not good enough, but you know. 10 the turn at any rate. Turn ending we shall go. You are still waiting for the birds, but we've got, what, 3 or 4 more turns until this expedition is complete? More of these turns we can end without getting into any new wars, the faster they'll go. Which is, again, part of the plan. Clan Rictus, Clan Scry... Well, Clan Scry is surprisingly weak in terms of the balance of power compared to... I mean, okay, admittedly, everybody's except possibly Marathi is weak compared to us right now. What I'm saying, however, is... Ooh, hello. Yeah, sure, why not? We can do an agreement with the dwarfs. Tribute to the old ones. There you go. Just get vision of what's going on out here. Oh, Skarsnik. Yeah, Karazakarek. I mean, at least Karakatrin seems to be safe because the Badlands got absolutely obliterated. What was I talking about? Something I'm sure was important. But that distracted me, and oh right, Marathi's probably the only one who can, well, maybe obviously not match us, but who is of significant strength. Anyway, let's see, we got another one of these fights. Gotta go with 2 specimens. Yeah. So that we don't have to go there again. Confederation, Crooked Moon and Drippin' Fangs. We were just talking about you. Ready for duty, Rametaclan. You, I believe, were the Star Gift. Yes, yes. You are going to Mazdamundi's army. And I guess you're going to Mazdamundi's army after he reaches this place, or goes over here, basically. Like so. Sequence of determination. I determine that it is complete. Training for you. Ancient Steg for Zlatata. Who is Zlatata? I don't know. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, you can keep that. You can go for an Engine of the Gods and Noctilus. You're out, buddy. Oh, wait, no, you're not out. Huh? Really? Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's kind of hard to catch the Vampire Coast. Alright, well, GOR-ROK, you can sit there for a little bit. Well, on the other hand. Actually, I just realized, because this guy... If we go after him, he might revive the dead and then immediately retake the Galleon's graveyard, so let's not... Oh, who just got a Carnosaur? Well, somebody just got a Carnosaur, but I got too distracted to see, but oh well. What do we got next? We got 25 Old Ones favors, so we'll leave that alone for now, and I think it's time to start upgrading Saurus, which we are using in numbers. Let's go to Sequence of Massed Combat. Wait. We do have corruption reduction here, which is quite useful considering. But nonetheless, I think we're okay. Alright, let's do that. Tiktaq'to, it's you again, buddy, and you've reached rank 50, I see. After hunting down Grimgor and, you know, trying to keep these idiot elves from destroying themselves, old ones help them. I don't know why they bothered. Anyway, close victory against this garbage. Okay, yeah, sure, okay, game. You can lie to me, but I think, why would you lie to yourself? Occupy. What do we got? Ashridge Mountains? Okay, you can collect the money until we transfer this next turn. And Tlaqua, you are waiting to meet up, and I do believe Kroki is, yes, he's past rank 30, which means we're ready to pop him into Tlaqua's army. So you're gonna go here, I guess. We don't care about the Sentinels or the Black Fortress, we're trading this to our allies. And Tepok, I mean, stay here to provide vision for a couple of turns. And I think Lord Croak will actually get his own army, but we'll put him into Slashbox for now with Tepok, and then, you know. Well, either way, you're going here. Like so, and the rest of that is good. Izozyme, you are actually going to move on towards Morakot, and actually you can channel outside of Morakot, because you're going northward to fight Tzeentch, but right now you're kind of safe down here, so there's no real need. I see that these guys are going to try to move towards Sartorn, which is admittedly defended, but is it defended enough for us to care? That I'm not sure about. Tech Thieves, please come out here. And Oshiotla, go take Sartorn. They're gonna be Sartorn about it. And yeah, you could just auto-resolve this, they have no chance. Occupy. Lovely. And ooh, actually, wait a second, we've got, okay, alignment of monuments, don't take this here. Our Confederation debuff is done. So, moment of truth. Will we, ooh, banner of swiftness, always happy to see those. Confederation, how's Nakai looking? Nakai, the last one is ready for it. Alright, let's see. We are at 53,000 gold. This is about to get pretty ugly. Yeah, so one nice thing that Nakai's been doing, admittedly he has an obnoxious amount of armies, or not obnoxious amount of armies, the armies that he does have an obnoxious amount of blessed units. I mean, look at that. He's he's got more than them than we do, by the looks of it, which is kind of neat. But anyway, Nakai, confed, buddy, confed. Oh, okay, I'm going to probably have to deal with a bit of this admin between the episodes because this is going to be kind of insane. We just got like 1 billion territories. Alright, there we go. The last Confederation. And that brings us down by... what was it? About 35k, something like that? Alright, not a problem. We will obviously be deleting the vast majority of those armies, especially ones like this. There's nothing ooh, free Kulkin. That's nice. I wonder if any of them have a decent amount of these special units. More Kulkin. Lots of skinks. Man, this guy really likes his basties with solar engines. Anyway, Mutra Valley, Kurish Frontier, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more territories. Alright, now, the important one is... oh, I assume you can't reset Nakai. Actually, wait, we should be able to reset Nakai because he loses his horde status. Yeah. What did the AI do to you? He went for Skirmisher and Proud Warrior. And he got nothing for Crocs. AI, why are you like this? Just out of curiosity, do you do anything interesting faction-wide? Horde growth doesn't help us. Speed for Lord's Army, Frenzy for Croxes. What do I have to do here? Demon Crusher and... yeah, faction-wide you don't have anything all that crazy. But anyway, I guess we'll want to reset you. Do you have any Lord that we could just transfer those units to temporarily? Also, how are your Skink Chiefs? Primal Strength, alright, that's a decent one. Wow. Okay, this Skink Chief has better items than pretty much all of our lords. Come on, Nakai. Actually, what does Nakai have out of curiosity? He's level 35, so he obviously has his own shards and the golden tributes. Which does give us a little bit of a magic item drop chance faction-wide. Won't say no to that. Though he'll be reset in a second, so... also, what did he get here? Spawn defeats some more horde growth. Admittedly, if we were doing that ourselves, we might, you know, do the same thing. But anyway, I guess the question is, where would we send Nakai? We could have him hunt down the guests of the Raja here, fight some Imperials just for fun. Well, you know, once he's reset. Yeah, probably the way to do it. Anyway, Inzatep, you're gonna go here. Okay, we're obviously not keeping the Paz's King cohorts. Most of the stuff I'll probably deal with between the episodes, but you go here, and you have no further skin cohorts, eh? We're obviously not getting rid of any other, you know, blessed units. Do we need another solar engine? We probably have like a 6,000 million solar engines between all of these armies. Yeah, there's another little army out here. With blessed units, too. Alrighty, and of course you have 1,000,000 items. Alright, you know what, I'll deal with all of these lords with their 1,000,000 items between the episodes. Like Mazdamundi, who gave us a ton, I guess we can rely on Nakai. Rely on Nakai, that's his motto. Nakai's corporate motto. Well, it's better, oh good lord. It's better than, something. Yeah, this guy has a ton of blue items. Alright, I'm gonna take all those off you for now. I'll probably give some of those back. And you're blessed by Sotek, which is okay. Interesting, he went completely through the lore, but got nothing outside of it. And they didn't get magical reserves or earthing, which... the AI is so weird about the skill points. Anyway, Nakai, you'll be back. Reset all skill points. Alright, lovely. Alright, the rest of these guys I'm not dealing with right now, at the very least, although we may have to by the end of the turn, well, by the end of the episode, so we'll see. Washti, you are waiting on something, and that something is you need 2 skink oracles. I have a sort of nice idea with this army wherein the Saurus Warriors and the Blessed Chameleon Stalkers are all in stock. Obviously, these 2 units aren't, but it'll look like they are like a half an army because the rest of the army is in, well, stock. Anyway, you're going to set up in Channeling. Or actually, you could set up in camp and sit in Soldier Tour and reduce the corruption there further as well. Talk chick, what are you? You're a healer. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Any chance we got another healer available? We got a Fortunate and a Wild, and Fortunate is okay. I'm gonna see if we can't get another healer, though. You can increase mobility for now, and just sit there for a little bit, decorruptifying the enemy's capital. Minus 12 is admittedly not all that crazy, but, you know. Anyway, what else do we have after Washti? GOR-ROK is, okay, as we saw already, sitting there. Digga is waiting for... well, various things. So these guys basically can't do anything until both recruitment and submissions get completed, minus possibly Rakiran, who is missing... wait, what was the other Javelin unit I wanted with you? Couple Manticuda Riders, which will put us at 18 out of 20. Anything else Javelin-y? Sufficiently Javelin. You already have 5 Stegs to act as, you know, ballistas, which are basically gigantic, well, bolts, not javelins, but they're close enough for my purposes. We obviously want heroes in there as well. Maybe a couple more of the skin cohorts of javelins. Alright, you know what, go this way. I think your army is more or less, if not quite complete. Oh, you're gonna want some Reviv crystals. Admittedly, everybody's gonna want some Reviv crystals. Krokar's gonna want some. Digga's gonna want some more. Okay, we're gonna need more Reviv crystals. Yeah, skink indeed. Skink indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Everybody needs the Reviv crystals. Crocky, take those first. And then you can come back. I knew I was missing something. Maybe we could just do... yeah, I don't think about it. The, you know, the Red Crests, unfortunately, or the Red Crests, the regular skinks are going to be fragile without revivs. I mean, they're going to be fragile with revivs, but at least they'll get revived and then be fine. Anyway, Mazda Conqua and Ancianam, you are going to besiege the place now? Or we could wait for another turn. Seduce units went from 80. Yeah, you know what? Wait for the turn. It's fine. Tyrannicon, you are going to sit out here. I guess you're going to land... well, Toranrock. If you can go there, besiege it. Jacqueline Halfmast will probably attack you. Yeah. Alrighty. Ancianam, you are sitting pretty. Tehenowin, you... we're going to see what the rats were doing. I wonder if it would be better to attempt to go after Magritta or to see what's going on at Nuja, whatever. We could besiege it and they'll probably attack us with 1,000,000 armies. Oh, and of course this is Scryer, so they'll have those darn Doom rockets. I guess the question here is, do we besiege the place? I mean, I'm willing to let them at least try to move towards us, so let's besiege it, see if they attack us with 1,000,000 armies. And then obviously deal with them if they do. You don't need much in the way of levels, so you're fine. Alright, so Tehenowin, sit there, buddy. And what else do we have? Army-wise, I mean, Quetgar, I believe Vitsa will have hit tier 5. Indeed it has. So let's go for the Pyramid Vaults. Let's upgrade the Ziggurat of the old ones to max. Let's upgrade that Geomantic Locust to max as well. You are then going to get the Vaults of the old ones. Corruption -5, all provinces. Diplo with Lizards, no need. We've confederated the last of the Lizards. But I won't say no for a little bit of melee attack and ward save against all forces of the great enemy. So, you know. Diraclan Clen. You are moving up here, mostly for unit transfer. Oh, you can give... I'm gonna say you can give these Archaeopteryx to Crocky. Crocky, go here. Let's stop you moving, because... Okay, yeah, sure. Look, we gotta put these guys somewhere, and I'm gonna say put them with Crocky for now, and we'll see otherwise. Also, speaking of Crocky, what do we have in terms of Saurus Scarvets? I'm not happy about either of those. Do we want an Oracle with him? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe, well, okay, other than the fact that these dinos are going to have skinks, he should be mostly Saurus-tastic. Although, admittedly, once again, he doesn't buff anything in particular, so he's mostly good. Alrighty, so that was a Deraclan, who still needs to move. Tim Mackenzie is fine. I don't know who Ratul is. Who are you? Where'd you get this Croxagora? Oh, right, that was from Tehenowen. Alright, so go deliver this Croxagora, I guess. Yeah, I know, it's one Croxagora, but at the same time, it's a super high-level Croxagora, so sure. Why not? It's not like we're attacking the Cult of Pleasure, or we're kind of allowing them to move towards attacking us. Anyway, do we need to keep any of this? I don't think so. You're fine. I guess we're gonna have to go through some of these guys after all. You can just be deleted. Admittedly, we could send you after this, but we could also send a Kai after that, so I'm not... Yeah, that's fine. I don't dislike those solar engines, but we already have a fair amount of armies. You know what? I think we have enough to be getting on with. I will keep the Koken because we don't have a lot of them, though admittedly we will be getting more just in case. Do you have items? You do not. Do you want to... Yeah, let's just delete all of this. It's unnecessary. And then I guess we can disband you. You're not going to be useful. Oh, I guess we can reset you because... Actually, what you have is fine. Just disband. Alright, that's good. And what do we have here? So, Bukta, you will transfer the Koken. Oh, all of our territories here that we got are tier 1, which is going to be of some annoyance. Anyway, these are the armies we gotta keep with all of the blessed units. And in fact, maybe consolidate somewhere. I might actually use them to quickly kill off the... what is this? Skink Oracle with a bunch of items. Oh lord, there's gonna be these as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that we got a bunch of free items from the Confed. Okay, why do you have a Skink Chief running around out here wasting a talisman like this? Alright, you go down here. You go somewhere. I assume there's probably other heroes. Alright, double checking for islands, no blessed units, so you have an Armor of Destiny. What do you have in terms of your... Blessed by Koshwatan is one of the best ones. Ooh, these are actually high levels. You know what, maybe delete everything but those guys. We might have a use for them in one of these armies. Izozam, you're healing for a turn. I think we could... Okay, you know what, go here. Also, delete your items. Oh wow, look at that. He's got a lot of good stuff here. Okay, no. I would like you to go here to Phenom. It's phenomenal. At least that's what I hear. Lizardmen Plaza. And trade these for... Oh, you got it. Huh, interesting. I don't know you could confed outpost units. Assume that they'd be contracted. Whatever. I guess I wonder whether this actually would work with our stuff or not. I'm not entirely sure. I've never really made use of the, you know, allied units like that. Also, wait, what kind of lord are you? Sotex Champion, which is fine. I'm gonna reset you because needs must and all that. Alright, Claw is fine, minus the fact that he has a million items, which he probably... Oh, wow. You know what, actually, hold on to those items because we might actually have you fight in a little bit. You are who? Huh, this guy's a pretty high level as well. I don't dislike those high-level cold ones. These guys could actually be upgraded to Temple Guard if we desire it. These guys could be upgraded to Skink Cohorts with Javelins. It's not a super expensive army, so maybe hold on to it and use some of the high-level units. Is there another army here? Yes. Wait, no, that's a Shiodlo. That's... Okay, shut up. Alrighty, any armies up here? Are we okay? Ugh, why do these territories have to start at level 1? And just checking where these guys might otherwise have territory. Dai Cheng will probably be traded, so we'll want to uncollect the income and then... Huh. Actually, if we could take Fuchao, that would be nice. Not that it's, you know, super critical at this point, and yeah, this is a lot of admin to be getting on with, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Any other deletions that we could do right now? Alright, so Kale Kano, you have a lot of stuff that is... Okay, this can go. All of this can go. Like so. You are fine as you are. We'll keep these. You are going to, you know what, sit here. You're going to transfer this stuff. You are what? Blessed by Inhuamex, and you are blessed by Quetley. I don't really care about either one of these, so just temporarily hold on to these. You can now, okay, no, not you. You can now be reset. Good. You are moving southward, so put yourself in march stance, and let's take the items off you in case these guys get pissy because they're at minus 100. Decent likelihood they kill you here, but at least we won't be losing the items if they do, like so. Alright, looks a little bit better up, 24k. Next up, you. And you. Alright, so we don't care about the skin cohorts and the basics. The dinos I'm just keeping for now because it's on, well, I could probably trade these guys away as well. Dinos I'm keeping right now because it's better than building them, and I don't know exactly what's going to go into those armies. Why are all these guys level 3? What the heck? Huh. Maybe they're not capable of leveling or something? Weird. I do like that they're all blessed by Kashwatan because we can, you know, make use out of it and get some use out of it. And the rest of you guys are fine. Oh, you could actually trade all of these guys to this guy, and then at least you'll be in one army. This stuff is decently high leveled, so you can keep it. Yeah, we should be able to form up a nice army for Nakai out of this. Shocking lack of blessed Kroxagors here, however. Trade this. Like so. Wait, actually, what do you have? Blessed by Quetley. Blessed by Kashwatan is better. Alright, fine. Trade it back. I don't know if we're gonna keep you down here, but, well, you can go, like so, and then you can pop on in. There we go, 26k per turn. Ooh, Free Skull Island. That'll be nice. Alright, so those armies are now dealt with. We have this army, this army, wait, no. This army, is that so? With some good stuff. Oh, he's got more Bastildons with solar engines. You know what, maybe then we don't need these extra solar engines. Honestly, it's not like we're gonna give them to Nakai. Alright, so take these solar engines out, keep the Kroxagors, however, for obvious reasons. No blessed Kroxagors. Oh, wow, Nakai had 1 unit of Kroxagors in his army? Oh, game. Okay. Well, speaking of Nakai and Kroxagors, we are going to... How many does he need? You know, let's get them all right now, and then... Oh, can't get them all. Okay, we'll get as many as we can right now, and then we'll figure it out later. It's not like we are hurting for spawning sequence. And yeah, that kind of... made the money go back up, but whatever. Alright, now, building. If we want to end the turn, we gotta deal with it. Alrighty, so uncollect the income here, alignment to monuments, and oh, we have adjacent 14, wow. Yeah, I didn't know that the Slaanesh had such a massive amount of osmosis. Maybe it would be better to just straight up attack them. Rather than waiting the turn. Huh, but this one is dropping. Interesting. Wait, which adjacent provinces are you even getting corrupted by? Aren't you... Coast of Calamity? You're not even adjacent to this. Oh, actually you are. You're adjacent to... Okay, yeah, fine. Fair enough. Ignore me. Let's go for Lizardmen Plaza here. We will go for you and for you. Old One Monument. Alright, this place is complete-ish. Not really, but you know. You're fine as you are for now. You, let's go for the Skink Favelas, and you're good. Next up, we have this place. Let's go for the growth. Let's go for the... Don't collect the income for now. Let's go for the sequence of monuments. Let's go for the skink favelas. And you're looking okay. Next place, let's start with the chameleon whatevers. Don't collect the income here. We will eventually. Go for alignment to monuments. This place is fine. Can even collect the income. Your alignment to monuments as well. Good. New place. Other new place. One of many. Proxagor labor or skink favelas and into alignment to monuments, and then I can collect the income for now. The public order will be fine. Alrighty, huh? I wonder if we could just get these guys to trade the non-mountain. Ow! Even in the mountains, it's a okay, fine. Trade those to us for other territories elsewhere. Though I guess the question will be, oh, maybe these. Wait, are these Western provinces? They are Western provinces, huh? I mean, I don't really care about this. I'd rather have a big old contiguous empire than random nonsense, you know? Certainly a possibility. Anyway, we can ignore this, we can ignore this. Is there any other territory that we got where we have to deal with? Okay, we got stuff here. Alright, so, again, alignment of monuments. We'll start with iron this time. We'll go for skink favelas. Next up, we got this place. Yeah, go for... Oh, this will actually probably increase our capability of trading. Don't collect the income here, at least not right now, and go for the... Yeah, let's go for the old one monument. Alright, good here. Also build these while we're at it. Do we need this force wall? You know what, just build it so I don't have to look at it constantly. Alright, don't collect the income here. And... I think we're good. In terms of the territories we got. Are we not? I think we are. Alright. Alright, let's just do whatever other buildings we have real quick, and then we'll be good. Okay, Black Fortress and the Sentinels. I mean, okay, well, we'll just try them, like, next turn, or maybe between the episodes. I was originally going to do that between the episodes, but again, it had to be done. Let's go for the... Oh, apparently I forgot this one. Oh, it's because it's a... I didn't forget it, never mind. I mean, I did, but I didn't. And because we actually conquered this, it wasn't confederated. So I didn't. It's not my fault. Anyway, you're good as you are for now. Forest of Mists, Aranya's Glade. I don't see you being attacked anymore, so get rid of this. Glowing Chain? I guess we don't need this at Santiago anymore. And let's go for the Holy Ziggurat here, and obviously the Glowing Berry Patches. Mountains of Morn, we are... I mean, we'll upgrade ya. I'm not so sure that we're keeping ya, but you know. Lost City of the Old Ones. A nice province name. Let's go for alignment of monument. Wait, what's the anti-corruption we have? -4, it's not that much. Still a huge -14 from adjacent province. Wait, what adjacent provinces are corrupting you? Are you actually adjacent to this? I guess you are somehow. Oh, you're adjacent to Soglap. Alright, fine, fair enough. We need to decorruptify the place. Okay, this is one of the few places where we're going to go for the alignment of order then, and let's go for the skink foraging camp because we'll need a place to grow quickly. Ashridge Mountains, you're going to be traded, so we don't care about you. And then the other stuff here, Shambletown, yeah, keep fortifying all of these places and maybe building capacity stuff, I guess. Again, with the understanding that we may or may not delete it. You are going to go for port. You are going to go for a Saurus garrison at Port Reaver. As to whether we delete the garrisons later on, it also remains to be seen. Now let's go for one more Pterodon hatchery, and I think that'll be enough now. Alright, Jungles of Pawalasha, you're good? Ish. About to be, anyway. Alright, good. Wait. Oh, right, we have the Monument to the Moon there that we still have to have. Let's go for the Geomantic Spire, and obviously the port, the Labor District, the Old One Monument, and that completes in this particular location and uses up the rest of our remaining cash. I guess we can build an Old One Monument here. Is Butthole new? Or did I just not build stuff? Oh, it doesn't matter. Alright, skip. Unassigned skill points. Hero not moved. Okay, let's actually double check that there aren't any... Wow. More new heroes. There's another Iriegum, but you are actually supposed to be going over here. Clara's fine. Who's Pradat? Pradat is... Oh, right. Okay, so you're fine where you are. Tech Thieves are obviously not in need of moving. Good. That's hero not moved. Building upgrades we can ignore. And let's go Diplo. Check on those trade agreements now. Yeah, I would imagine everybody would want to trade with us since we just got a huge influx of trade goods. I guess we can trade with the Ice Court and be friends with them. They're reasonably friendly with Karakadrin. I imagine a lot of the Wood Elves aren't going to be super happy with us trading with, like, Kislevites and stuff, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, go for the Defensive Alliance. I want to see what's going on up there, and let's see if that will give us additional vision, like of you, Great Orthodoxy. They're so far from us that, you know... Oh, I probably shouldn't have taken all their money. because, you know, that'll make them weaker up there. Whatever. We don't care about the ogres. The decadent host want to trade, but admittedly, Slaanesh do like to trade a lot more than the other chaos factions. How does Nagaroth feel about us? They don't like our treaties with the exiles of Nehek, with whom they are still at war with. What are you doing? Why are you fighting the Tomb Kings? Do you not have bigger fish to fry up there, Nagaroth? Weird. I'm surprised we don't have a defensive alliance with you, Empire. Military access for now. Their strength rank compared to ours is pretty weak. We could admittedly go for a defensive alliance with them just by, you know, joining some wars, but I don't think there's any need. Avicenna and Nullen, we are gonna go for the military access. Good. More potential allies eventually. Disciples of the Maw. We're not going to be friends with you, obviously. You helped obliterate the Badlands. Not that that is of major concern to us. I think we can go for the military alliance with the Western provinces. Mostly because there are, well, mostly war drums, but basically I want war drums. Oh, actually, at plus 13, we can actually save this to eventually, hopefully, use that to trade some territories around. Again, this border gore is going to bother me. So, anyway, skip and end the turn. Now we should get attacked by a massive pile of Skaven and probably get nuked as well. But all good. Especially all good if we can use that big old flying serpent. Imric, how you doing, buddy? You want a military alliance? Why don't you stop being a worthless piece of garbage and then we'll make... Oh! Scryer didn't attack you, cowards. Okay, we're gonna have to switch where Tehenowin is located and have him attack Grita rather than where he currently is besieging. Ah, come on, man. I was invested in that fight. I want to see the big old flying serpent. What is this? Caves of... I don't even know where this is. It's one of the new territories. Huh. Wait, so are you telling me that they sailed out of the... I should have just attacked them. Wait, where the heck did they get 2 high-level keepers of secrets? They've destroyed all their army. Okay, well, this is annoying. We'll deal with them in a second, though. They're just gonna sack this. Yeah, so I guess what happened is they actually sailed out of their settlement in order to attack us there. Alright, and we are going to... It's another skink oracle, which is really nice. The thing is, we have to ignore one more of these, and then that'll... We do have more expeditions that we could ignore. And it's another Wood Elf fight, which are always fun, and then a second Skink Oracle, which is another Troglodyte. You know, it's hard to say no. And I love the fights against the Wood Elves. Especially since our main armies can't fight the Wood Elves, so this is pretty much the only way that we're ever gonna. Alright, screw it, intervene. Especially since those stupid Skaven... Oh! They got ambushed! Huh, they're probably not worth fighting, then. Man, I mean, yeah, fine, we're just gonna auto-resolve it. Oh well. Best of both worlds, I guess. We still get the thing, and then we don't have to waste time on this, and hopefully can find another fight. Although, we did get fairly damaged there, which is kind of my bad. But you know, in these ambushes, the enemy has just nothing like a chance. Even the Wood Elves, and including the Wood Elves, so there's no need to bother. Alright, the next one we can just ignore, as in the next one of those battles, so that we can get the Gekalo thing. What is this? Ready for duty, Zatata. Yes, you will eventually be our lord. Hey, we got the Tablet of the Saurus. Nice. Crown of Command. Evanescent Drift. Oh, yes. Wins a magic power reserve +5 per turn. Izdadzo got a Ripperdactyl. Good for Izdadzo. Next up, Tiktaq'to. You're starting the day this time. And do we meet up at Darkhold, maybe? Oh, you're still not at full HP. Alright, fine. Go this way, then. I was gonna send him around, but yeah, alright. You guys, you stay there. You're nearly ready. We'll give Ashridge Mountains back to these idiots. And we'll separate these armies in a bit. Trade. Ashridge Mountains. We don't want your money because you're useless. Enjoy. Alright, we'll give them a few more territories. Will they be able to hold them? I sincerely doubt it, but... maybe if we should damage enough the enemies. So Izozyme, I'm gonna have you sail all the way up to Matamire. Like so. And ooh, grab that mysterious island on the way. We want to get you a couple of Manticuda riders to replace the 2 Pterodon riders, which you can wait for 2 more turns unless I'm mistaken. grab them at Matamyra and then move northward. Fikrik, you... Oh, you have an item I didn't take. No gambler's armor for you. You are going this way. I guess you can say... Well, go to the ground. Alright, and then is that so? I guess we will want to meet up all of these armies and then just keep what we want. So go out here to Hune. Kalaw, again, has a bunch of stuff that we want to use. You know what? I mean, I was going to send them to deal with these guys, but... Again, maybe we send the Kai to do that. Alright, so all of you guys, I just want you to meet up and travel together. We'll probably derive at least a couple of armies out of you. Yeah, this was kind of annoying, but not much we could do about it. Ashiotl, go chase down Gula here. And, oh, hopefully... Oh, please don't tell me you can still seduce units. Actually, maybe we should take this. It might reduce the seduction capabilities. I would also like to... Do you need to steal tech? 8 turns? Ah, you might need to. What do we got? 8 turns, 11 turns, and 12 turns. Okay, all of our techs won't be completed in that time, so you can try this. And that. There you go. Alright, so you are now going to attack the place. Please tell me you will... This is actually pretty nice. You know what? I think we'll want to fight that. So we'll do this. I want to fight them in the field, however, so as to whether they dare to attack us remains to be seen. You can stay there, continuing to decorruptify this place. Now, Shiotli, you will hunt down Gula here. And much as I'd love to fight the Keepers of Secrets, you know, this is not worth our time. This is screaming from Shiotli. Killing Actually, I should have taken the money, but whatever. What is this? Mysterious Island? Yeah, go to March Stance, grab that, and then you're gonna head north and maybe kill some ogres. Although you're anti-chaos, but there's no chaos left here other than Zinch up north. Your army will perform battle in battle. Sure. Yeah, so we could send you all the way out here, but that's gonna take a while. I guess we could sail up the river, land in Cathay, and then maybe fight some Chaos Dwarfs and stuff up there. I don't even know if you have buffs against Chaos Dwarfs. But nonetheless, Shiotla should be fighting Chaos. Alright, fine, you've got get a little bit of traveling to do, little fella. Yeah, you can grab that Skull Island maybe on the way. Unless we have Nakai do it. Either way, you're traveling. I could also send you to deal with these guys rather than Nakai while Nakai fights the Imperials here. Might be fun as well. Anyway, I'd really like a nice fight. So, Washti, GOR-ROK. Oh, you know what? Tehenowin. I was hoping that these guys were staying outside of Magritta. No, that's not the case. So break the siege here. Huh? Well, you can't... doing that thing again, because we landed... Okay, I guess we'll have to auto-resolve this. I guess I should have just done... I didn't know that he couldn't break the siege. Because I figured, you know, you'd be able to move away. There's no hero popping in the zone of control thing, so... I don't know. Whatever, man. Whatever. GOR-ROK. I assume Mr. NOCTILUS has run away and he has gone fairly far. Alright. Stay in the Galleon's graveyard, but then get ready to move north. Eventually towards Marathi. You will suffer attrition for a turn, but that's fine. Alright, so that's GOR-ROK. I should have fought that battle, shouldn't I have? Alrighty, Rakiran, you are going back here until we got those Reviv crystals up and running, and then the other stuff that we need. Krokgar, rather, I would like you to grab these 2 Temple Guard. Just because. Oh, I forgot that we have a free Carsonics here. That's good. And we are at 16 out of 20. Gotta get a couple more of the regular Saurus warriors. Any spares? We do not. We got 2 Blessed Runners, 2. Yeah, so these guys are Saurus. We'll keep the 2 Temple Guard. We'll get some Mace Saurus as well, and that'll maximize the army more or less. You guys sort of stick around, and I'll try to remember to deal with you between the episodes and swap those units, because I think we've done more than enough admin this turn. Digga, you need 2 more Basties. So wait on that. Mazda Conqua, you're fine for now. And we'll see if those guys sally out. Tyrannicon. I would like you to land at and besiege Toranrock with the hopes that one of these guys attack you, considering it's a high-tiered place. Oh, you can't... okay, now you're gonna have to suffer attrition. Game. I guess I should have tried going in from this side. Slaanesh giggle. Oh well. Ancianam, you... Okay, well, I already clicked you. You're fine. Tlaqua, you are waiting to swap units. Quetgar, there is nothing further to be upgraded at Itza, so I guess you're moving northward. And you're gonna go get an army. You know, assuming we have enough episodes left in the campaign to do that. Do you want to Shrine of the Old Ones here? Go for it, why not? Alright, there you go. Cheaper stuff. Tlaqua, we checked. Duraclan, we checked. Mazda Mundi. It'd be nice to sink this Black Ark, but otherwise, I'm going to want you to go really close to this place so you'll land with full movement next turn, and then hopefully you'll be able to go into camp immediately. Rakiran is fine, Mackenzie is fine, Krokar is fine while waiting. Chitin is supposed to be moving down here. You can wait with Kale Kano. Kale Kano, you're waiting for Nakai to come back up as you've got his Kroxagors. In Zatep, you are going to move towards these guys, and again, I will figure out what we want to keep and what we don't, mostly between the episodes. And then otherwise, other than potentially moving some heroes around, you can go and meet with... That's actually potentially going to give you 2 Tyrannicon, but I wouldn't know what to replace in his army, because I like the 2 Carnosaurs, I like the Oracle. If you're wondering why, it's because this guy has the perfect vigor for riders, and obviously that's a good thing. Mav Cattell. Oh, you're rank 6? I don't think so, buddy. It's banned. I didn't even realize we had you. Rank 6 is obviously too low, because I think we can get them at, like, rank... Actually, I don't know. What rank do we recruit Skink Chiefs at? 15, yes, obviously. You are going to join Tlashbok's army. Go up there. Where's Tiktaqto? You... Oh, right. You know what? We could use a Skink Oracle with Nakai, so let's go and join him, then. I feel like that would be appropriate. Anyway, looks like that's good. We could do building, but I think I'm just going to skip all of this, including all the new buildings, and end the turn in the hopes that someone somewhere attacks us, because I want one more fight. We're out of time, but I want one more episode, or one more battle. Now, our alignments are nearly up and running again, but fortunately we now have a million billion of the blessed units that we got on Confed. Alright, Miao Yang, Northern Provinces. We've got you wanting us to join where we will, but probably only once we can trade some stuff. How are you failing to seal that breach in the Great Bastion? Dragon Emperor should be quite annoyed with you. You're a very powerful faction, and then most of the enemy is to your south and... Well, not so much your northeast, because there's still chaos up there. Mostly to the east, though. Most of your enemies have been dealt with. And they will sally out. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. And we got some good stuff in here. Keeper of Secrets, Fiends of Slaanesh, tons of those exalted, or the card seekers, rather, and regular seekers. It's a lot of potential charge. Exciting times, go. Alrighty, here we go, Fire Army at it again. As I always say, these things are always really fun to build and play, and I'm sure that will be no exception here. I'm rather interested in seeing how the C-beams do with their lasers against the enemy Keeper of Secrets. Now, unlike the, unlike the dinos and unlike other tankier sort of demons, and Keepers of Secrets are obviously high damaging but low HP with only 9,000 HP total, which means it looks like a one volley from both C-beams brings it down to about half of its HP, and then another volley will bring it down. Ouch. Yeah, unlike a great unclean one or something that would have probably gotten a lot closer to our battle line. No dice for that Keeper of Secrets, and similarly gonna be no dice for the other little single entities here, an Alurus and a Herald of Slaanesh, presumably, are all moving towards us, and those C-beams are just gonna keep on sniping. And I've made note of it before, the C-beams are quite good at doing this to the tiny single targets as well, and not just the big boys. Anyway, it does look like at least some of the enemy will manage to reach us, and this was one of the reasons I was at least somewhat interested in seeing the Slaaneshi, generally speaking, attempt to fight the Fire Army. they can, to some degree, run the gauntlet and close. And thus force our ancient salamanders, our single unit of temple guard, our Saurus, our Yamaboro riders, of course, and to actually engage in melee. Speaking of the Yamaboro riders, over all the way on the right flank, they've obliterated an enemy cavalry unit, and they're doing the same thing on the left, and then following it up with obliterating an enemy secret chariot as well. Ooh, nice to see the Yamaboro riders in a brighter map as well, not just hidden by the Chaos Wastes. Absolutely magnificent unit. Anyway, with that, it looks like the Slaaneshi melt away their single entities, well, really none of their single entities were able to close the distance, and while some piles of units did, they didn't do it for long. Alright, there we go. This army has certainly become extremely nasty. It's been nice to see it grow with our first fire units, and then over time get more and more and more powerful. We got 16 damage, nearly even on the two Blessed Pterodon Rider units. Certainly outdoing the Chotek units. Some of the Blessed Ancient Salamanders did a little bit better than them, including the regular Salamanders. Crichton Alpha's Nova engines barely did any damage in this particular fight. I think most of the enemy Exalted Demonettes and stuff were taken out by other splash damage units. The Duradon with C-beams in this particular situation came in very handy, however, as they were able to kill off all three of the enemy Aluruses and the enemy Keeper of Secrets, so good for them. I think out of all the units in the mod so far that I've seen in terms of needing adjustments, the C-beams might be the ones that I would adjust for a little bit further. I'd knock their damage maybe down by about a third. They're very, very strong. Granted, they only do one thing well and are kind of mad at everything else, but nonetheless, that thing they do extremely, extremely well. A little bit too well, I would say, because the damage they are able to deliver at their range to single entities is incredibly big. They're significantly better than Luminarchs, I should say, and thus they should have significantly better than Luminarch costs, in my opinion. Or otherwise the damage reduces. Up their costs, dial down their damage a little bit. Everything else I'm so far been pretty okay with. But anyway, I digress. A decisive victory and occupy. Yes. And, oh, I forgot. We allowed that place to go up to tier 5, right? I hope I did. We did. Military alliance with random Elven faction. No. Maybe I should have done yes, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Alright. And Bullthug. Random little... Go away. Alright, what do we have here? Leave no trace, replenish our forces, or repair the gondola. Reduced journey time. I don't remember if we're down to 1 turn already, but we are damaged, so I'm going to say replenish our forces. Why not? Just in case. Sacrifice to Mathlan begins construction. Carnosaur for Cassitan. Sure. You have the Engineer's Knapsack. Yeah, also sure. Alright. Too bad we can't give you a Blessed Carnosaur, which can be blessed by Chotek, although you already have fire damage, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Sequence of mass combat. Oh, wow. Even more weapon strength for a Saurus? That's... oh, really? Okay, I thought it said all provinces. I was like, really? On top of the Confederation? But all good. Anyway, I think with that, this is probably a good place to call the episode. I want to make sure that we get one more battle going, and there's a bit more admin to do, or a lot more admin to do, so I'm going to take care of that between the episodes, rather than wasting the time on it now. Next time, also, you move to Besiege Magritta, please. And upgrade those spices while we're here. Don't really care about these guys, but yeah, there we go. That's a significantly better army. We'll start on this, and maybe they will be able to send an army to Hanowin's way. I hope that there's another one out here. Maybe they're a little bit too busy with other things. Oh, wow. These guys have taken Sartosa? Good job. Huh. I didn't expect them to be winning that hard. I'm actually kind of shocked that Khemri has not gotten into it with the Exiles of Khorne, but I digress. Like I said, calling it here, and next time I'll hopefully complete the expedition. 2 turns could have reduced it by 1. And start on our next expedition to get our Thunder Lizard, which will make up the basis of another new army. Continue our racking up of the old one's favor in our techs, and moving towards the end of the techs and towards the end of the campaign as well. So stay tuned for a few more episodes. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.